The climate is a huge factor. This season alone, I haven't been able to train what my normal amount of training runs in compared to other seasons. And whereas my friends up north are already running on snow and sleds. So we're gonna be releasing dogs for the tours. We want them to be as active as possible. My mother, I remember her sitting me down and saying, like, if this is the route we're gonna go and you're really gonna want to compete and train your dogs, my one condition is that we have to rescue them or take in dogs that no one else wants, in a sense, and we're gonna have to work with them. Dogs in general will give you more, and they're more grateful because you gave them a second shot at life, right? That was one of the main foundations as a child that we carried over to what we do today. This is Humberto. Lo and behold, we had to have his eyes removed. Despite the fact that he is blind, he's actually one of the best lead dogs we have on our ranch. For my race team, I can't train as often as I normally can, or as I normally could have in the past. And I'm lucky if I'm on a sled by mid-January, which is insane. So now I have to get creative. We have to run on wheels. Over the summer, I have to swim my race team. You know, I have staff to pay, I have dogs to feed, and so I have to get creative on what ways I can manage and operate a tour company. So we've had to shift our entire program to be accommodating with this climate change because it is happening. When I'm training at minimum 15 mile an hour, just so they don't overheat, when they need to be running closer to 17, 18, 20 mile an hour and practice that high output, I can't do that because the minute I do that and get closer to 20, they'll go into shock. They can stroke out.
You know, obviously these guys aren't pulling the whole weight of the ATV. We're hitting the gas to move it along because it's like, what, 1,000 pounds? Even though we're still right now, they're like keeping this thing taut and like even pulling just a little bit, even at rest.
One of the main key things we look for in our lead dogs is humility. And that's a huge surprise to most people. People think that the lead dogs on our teams are the alpha and they're gonna pin any dog down that's not listening, but no, an ego cannot exist on our ranch. We get canine chiropractors, canine massage therapists.
Essentially call it range of motion. Kinks in the wrists, shoulders are having a hard time. We're gonna stretch their hamstring out. Going down to the tail, I wanna make sure I'm parallel with the spine. And I'm just gonna put the slightest bit of pressure. The St. Bernards are not sled dogs. My father was like, yeah, we can get you a St. Bernard, but we'll have to rehome your sled dog. We have 3 now.